Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy for today's... Okay, so... The other night, the Cavs and Hawks game was on. At that point, I was like 4-0 in my bracket. I was doing pretty good, right? I was doing pretty good in my bracket. Hawks, Cavs. So, my girlfriend was over. And you know, like, she doesn't really, like, watch basketball. So I tried, like, a thing to, like, get her interested in it, right? So I was like, okay. I got Cavs, you got Hawks. We put 10 chicken nuggets on the game, okay? I was like, that's the stipulation, the 10 chicken nuggets. And then she took it up a little ante. At that point, I was 4-0, so I was feeling pretty confident. And she said, if the Cavs win, you get to hit it from behind. If the Hawks win, I get to hit it from behind. Yeah, it wasn't a good ending. For today's video, we got Jimmy High Roller. The Nuggets looked good. No, I got her nuggets. Okay, like, I got her some nuggets. I got myself nuggets too. Because, like, I'm ordering McDonald's off DoorDash. I'm already paying for the damn, like, service. So I'm going to get myself some nuggets too. Right? Like, just because you make a bet don't mean you can't treat yourself too. And I always hit it from me. I'm just joking. Well, okay. We got probably children watching. Yeah, hit it from behind as in, like, you want, baseball, That's what we were talking about. Like, you throw a baseball and you want to be behind home plate so you can hit a home run. I got 4 participation trophies to back that up. Also got striked out 12 times by my gym teacher, senior in high school. But, all right, where are we at? We're 2 minutes into the video. And I know who's going to win the 2022 NBA championship. Let's get it, Jimmy High Roller.
What if I told you that I knew which team would win the NBA championship this season?
I'd say
that
baloney.
I somehow could see and predict the future like some sort of basketball prophet. Well, then I'd be a filthy liar, because I don't know who's going to win the NBA title this season. But what if we could use numbers and data collected over decades of NBA games to make an accurate prediction as to which team will be crowned the 2022 NBA champions? Be pretty cool, right? Well, let's give it a shot.
All right, let's do it. Y'all bring the nuggets.
Was brought to you by
DraftKings. All right, go. Gonna push a little bit with that. I don't know what his code is. There, we're still on that. And, okay, there's his code, guys. Feel free to use that for your. Was this it?
Best data analysts in the world would be laughing to the bank right now. Unfortunately, numbers aren't this reliable. Life, similar to sports, has far too much nuance and minute variables to pack everything into quantifiable formulas and algorithms.
Types of risk, systematic and unsystematic risk.
Absolutely not. And with the playoffs getting started, I thought to myself, is it possible to make a truly accurate prediction on who will win the NBA title based purely on numbers? I mean, as fans, we can all make our predictions, but could there be a method to narrowing down a future
Colin said Clippers
Western
Conference Finals
based solely off the
I'm more
data?
confident in Jimmy's method.
Over the years, NBA fans have attempted to do just this. Data scientist and NBA enthusiast Tristan Smith used machine learning to try and predict which team would win the 2020 NBA championship. To come to the most accurate conclusion, Tristan used multiple data sets spanning as far back as the 1980 NBA season. The main statistics used in these
it was really my own fault for betting against Trae Young. Depleted Cavs team, So
were margin of victory, effective field goal percentage, turnover percentage, win-loss percentage, and a few other team stats. One of the more interesting discoveries found throughout Tristan's experiment was the strong correlation between regular season wins and playoff wins. Tristan found that if a team has less than 45 regular season wins, a single playoff win was unlikely. To win at least 5 playoff games, a team almost always needed 50 regular season wins or more, and to achieve more than 13 playoff wins,
See, I find this so interesting, but also at the same time, too, I feel like this season is like so many just like, it's like anomaly. It's a OG anomaly. Okay. No, actually, it's what you would call a what's it called? You got like the bitch ass standard deviation. Yeah, what do you call like the far one? Is it just an anomaly? I don't know, man, but like that's what the season is.
Team needed at least 55 regular season wins. But of all the statistics used in this experiment, the most indicative stats for playoff success was found to be margin of victory. And so with decades of advanced data pushed through the lens of machine learning and far too many numbers for me to wrap my head around, Tristan's final prediction for the 2020 NBA champs was wrong. His calculations predicted that the Milwaukee Bucks would win the finals, followed by the actual champions and the Lakers. Another NBA enthusiast and
but also a weird
by
season.
The name of Tristan Yoon conducted a similar experiment for the 2020 season as well. The man even went as far as collecting data on fan attendance to help come to the most accurate conclusion. And that conclusion was also wrong. Tristan's model also predicted that the Bucks would be the 2020 NBA champions, followed by the Lakers once again.
So the fact that, I guess I don't remember the offseason in particular, but like the bubble season to like last season when the Bucks did win it, was there like that many changes to NBA roster? Because like the way I think about it is like, I mean, maybe the Mickey Mouse ring, maybe there's some truth to that. That's what I'm kind of getting out of here, is that maybe there's a little bit of truth to that.
So, if there's anything I've learned from digging through a handful of highly advanced predictive models for future NBA championship teams,
oh my goodness, man is good at math.
They're all wrong. And outside of a lucky guess, the odds of someone actually predicting which team will win the championship at the end of the season is unlikely at best. But did that stop me from pouring days worth of my time into trying to accurately predict which team will win the championship at the end of the season?
Hell to the no.
So now that we've taken a look at predictions from past seasons, let's see what the data suggests for the 2022 NBA playoffs. 538, one of the more insightful data analytics websites I've come across, predicts that the Celtics have the best chances of winning this year's NBA Finals.
Wow, okay.
Followed by the Suns, the Bucks, the Warriors.
Damn, that is a fall off for the Bucks, bro. Like 43% down to 23% for the damn Bucks, man. Damn. Yo, what'd the Celtics do to get that damn chance? I'm just saying, like, nothing against the Celtics, but what you all do to get that damn chance, man? What's going on? We'll find out.
Some surprising things to note here is that despite their success in the regular season, the Grizzlies came out with just the 7th best odds of winning the championship.
The Bulls, they're that far down? I mean, yeah, I guess they haven't, like, beat, like, the big teams, but, like, they blew the Hornets, and the Hornets haven't been in the playoffs.
Championship this season. And according to 538, the Nets only have a 2% chance of finishing the season as champions. 538's model also has a current rating and a full strength rating. The full strength rating takes into consideration the maximum potential of each team based off of what we've seen from them this season with injuries, rotations, and many other variables. According to their full strength rating, the Nuggets jumped from 15th to 5th, and the Nets jumped from 10th to 4th. But no matter how you flip it, the Celtics remain on top with the best odds. And all this talk about accurate or not so accurate predictive models got me thinking about quite possibly the most accurate predictors in all of sports.
Okay.
Vegas.
Hey.
The way odds makers are
Viva
capable of
Las Vegas.
The
That's how the song goes.
That's
what it is, right? Viva.
Betting has led me to believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that they have the best mathematicians in the world working for them. Screw it, they have the best theoretical physicists working for them. Oh, the over-under on the Lakers-Nuggets game is set at 285 points. Give me the under all day long, that's free money. According to historical preseason odds, over the last 10 seasons, the preseason favorite ended up winning the championship 6 times. And 3 of the last 10 seasons, the preseason favorite ended up losing in the finals. So if history tells us anything, it's that there's an extremely good chance that whichever team was picked as the preseason favorite will either win the finals or at least make it to the finals. The preseason favorite going into this season was the Brooklyn Nets. The team with the second best odds, we won't talk about that. So now that we've gone into great detail just how hard it is to predict a future NBA championship winning team, let's try to predict a future NBA championship winning team. I'm going to be
From
using a
7 years
method
from now.
similar to the ones we've touched on in this video,
Detroit
but
Pistons,
with
man.
a little bit more
Come
nuance
on.
to them. So first, let's take a look at a few different advanced metrics.
Detroit Pistons.
SRS score, or simple rating system score, margin of victory, and regular season record. The SRS score is a rating given to each NBA team based on factors like point differential, net rating, and strength of schedule. Now, of the last 25 championship teams, 24 of them had an SRS score that ranked among the top 6
2004
in the
Pistons
NBA.
had second.
The only championship team that wasn't ranked in the
The
top
damn Lakers,
6
probably.
were the Dallas Mavericks in 2011. So, aside from that one anomaly, being a top 6
Anomaly.
SRS team is virtually a requirement. The top 6 teams in terms of SRS score this season are the Celtics, Suns, Jazz, Warriors, Grizzlies, and Heat. Now let's take a look at regular season record. Over the past 25 seasons, among all championship teams, what do you think is the fewest amount of regular season games won? The answer to that question came back in 2006, when the Miami Heat won just 52 games on their way to winning a title.
Yo, D-Wade was
That
a
is
problem,
the
though.
absolute bottom line for regular season games won among
Antoine
championship
Walker,
winning teams
Lonzo.
over the last 25 NBA seasons. The team with the best record in the league has won 10 of the last 25 NBA championships, and teams with a top 3 record won 20 of the last 25 championships. The bare minimum
Remember
in
David
terms
Jones?
of regular season record is right around 6th best in the NBA. So if we take a look at the top 6 teams in
Daquan
terms of
Cook.
regular season record, we'll find the Suns, Grizzlies, Heat, Warriors, Mavericks, Celtics, Bucks, and 76ers. And the last advanced metric we'll be using is margin of victory, which across the board was found to have a strong correlation to playoff success. Since 1997, only
Detroit
2
defense,
teams finished
2004.
outside of the top 6 in MOV and still won a championship. So once again, the data shows that the vast majority of championship teams were among the top 6 teams league-wide in this statistic. And this season, those top 6 teams were the Suns, Celtics, Jazz, Grizzlies, Warriors, and Heat.
Makes sense,
Now, if
makes
we
sense.
take a look at our 3 metrics and the qualifying teams for each one, we'll see that the same handful of teams remain amongst the best teams in the entire league. But if we identify the teams that show up in all 3 categories, our field of potential champions is narrowed down to just 5 teams. The Celtics, the
I got the
Suns,
Suns, man.
the Warriors,
Da, da,
the
da, da,
Grizzlies,
da.
and the Heat. To my surprise, there's no Bucks and no Nets. But if history tells us anything, it's that these 5 teams are our only true contenders in the 2022 NBA playoffs. Okay, but the average NBA fan could have probably predicted these 5 teams would be in contention for the NBA title this season. Which exact team will walk away with the championship?
Suns.
Well, as we all know, in order to win a championship, a team needs to perform well against the very best teams in the league. A team that is capable of rising up and playing their best basketball against the best competition is almost always the team that walks away with the championship in hand. So instead of looking at how these 5 teams performed against the entire league, let's see how they performed against the top 8 teams across the league. In games against the top 8 teams in the entire league, the Miami Heat finished the season with a point differential of -8.
Ooh.
Altogether, the Heat were outperformed by the league's best teams.
Damn.
But they did do a better job than the Grizzlies, who had a point differential of -35 against the best teams in the league.
Who are they beating?
A number that reflects the fact that they still have work to do. If
Yo,
they
beating
truly
down by
want to
Detroit
contend for a
Pistons.
title. The Warriors just about broke even with a point differential of +1 and were
Ooh, the plus.
outperformed by the top team in the West, the Phoenix Suns, who finished with an impressive +53 point differential against the league's best teams. But
Phoenix!
there's one team that is virtually in a league of their own.
Oh boy.
The Boston Celtics finished the season with a point differential of +132 against the top teams in the NBA,
Y'all might be
which
sleeping
means
a
they
little bit,
weren't
man.
just beating really good teams, they were destroying really good teams. And that's why, according to the numbers, the Boston Celtics will be the 2022 NBA champions. They check all the boxes for a potential championship.
That man gotta
team.
get back
They
healthy
have the
and good
regular
to go.
season resume to back it up, and all the numbers suggest they will be crowned as champions at the end of the season. Of course, the numbers can only tell us so much. It's impossible to quantify a lot of things that happen on a basketball court. Like the fact that the Celtics will have to overcome the mental obstacle of their 4-1 first-round exit to the Nets last season. The team they have to face in the first round this season is, once again, the Nets.
No
The
James
numbers
Harden, though.
also don't
Maybe,
consider the fact that Kyrie
maybe no Ben
Irving
Simmons.
missed a large majority of games this season, skewing the Nets' overall regular season numbers to not accurately reflect what they'll look like in the playoffs.
Great point.
I personally think that the Bucks have a good
It's
shot
an
at
OG
repeating this
anomaly.
season, but their championship pedigree is something that just doesn't show up in the numbers. It's almost impossible to put a value on the impact of things like injuries, postseason experience, series adjustments, and about a million other variables. And I may just be dead wrong in this entire assessment, but we'll just have to wait and see. And until then, hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
As always, keep your stick on the ice. Troy, did I still say that, man? That's all we got for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, my friends.